She didn't reject you. She rejected your energy. In seconds, she felt it. Something weak, uncertain, and forgettable. It wasn't your looks. It wasn't your words. Women don't walk away because you're not attractive. They walk away when they sense you're not standing strong in who you are. And in seconds, I'll show you why most men lose her. Before the first sentence is even over, she didn't reject you. She rejected your energy. In seconds, she felt it. Something weak, uncertain, and forgettable. It wasn't your looks. It wasn't your words. Women don't walk away because you're not attractive. They walk away when they sense you're not standing strong in who you are. And in seconds, I'll show you why most men lose her. Before the first sentence is even over, you might think she pulled away because you weren't handsome enough, or because you said the wrong thing. But that's not the truth. What she really felt was something off, a vibe that didn't make her feel safe, curious, or drawn in. That vibe was your energy. The way you approached, the way you spoke, the way you asked basic questions as if you were hoping she'd carry the conversation for you. Women don't turn men down simply because of appearance. They reject when they sense a man is unsure of himself. And in this video, I'll reveal the hidden psychology behind why most men lose women before they've even finished their first sentence, and how you can flip that energy into something magnetic, powerful, and unforgettable. Why questions kill attraction. When you ask a woman things like, "How are you? What do you do?" or "Where are you from?" you think you're being polite or respectful, but to her, it feels dull, cold, and basic. Not because the questions are rude, but because they carry no energy. She's heard them from dozens of men before, and each time, those men carried the same nervous, unsure vibe, silently hoping she would make the conversation interesting. That's the real problem. You put her in charge of carrying the moment. Without realizing it, you send the message, "I don't have anything interesting to offer, so I'm hoping you'll give me something to work with." Imagine how that feels for her. Most beautiful women get approached often. They know the patterns. They can tell instantly when a man is leading with confidence and when he's just trying to survive the interaction. Starting with empty questions makes her feel like she's in an interview, not in a moment of connection. And when that happens, she checks out. What she's really scanning, you might think she's carefully listening to your words, but she's not. She's watching how you speak, your body language, tone, eyes, and overall presence. She's scanning for confidence, asking herself, even unconsciously, does this man stand firm, or will he fold the moment I push back? Is he secure in himself, or is he just trying to impress me so I'll accept him? You might believe you're being polite, but if your energy says, "I need you to like me," she'll feel it instantly, and her interest will fade just as fast. Here's the truth. She's not searching for a perfect man. She's looking for a man who leads the moment emotionally. A man who walks in calm, confident, and grounded. A man who brings energy instead of chasing hers. When you open with weak, surface-level questions, she doesn't hear curiosity. She hears fear. She hears a man hoping she'll guide the conversation because he doesn't know how to. The moment she senses that, she disconnects. Not out of cruelty, but instinct. Her brain is wired to feel safe and attracted to leadership energy. Not control, not arrogance, but a man's grounded presence. Women are far more emotionally aware than most men realize. They feel your energy faster than they process your words. If you're nervous, needy, or uncertain, they'll sense it in seconds, and their desire will vanish without warning. So remember, it's not just about the words you speak. It's about the vibe you carry the moment you open your mouth. If there's no spark in your presence, there won't be one in her mind either. Now here's where most men get it wrong. They think attraction is built through facts, stories, or showing off achievements. They'll talk about their job, their car, or some trip they took 3 years ago, believing these impressive details will hook her. But what truly builds attraction is the feeling you create in her when you're around. Women remember emotions far more than bullet points. If you make her feel excited, safe, and intrigued, she'll replay moments with you in her head later. If you make her feel bored, uncertain, or like she's doing you a favor, she'll forget you before she's even finished her drink. From the second you approach, you're communicating on 2 channels. The first is the literal meaning of your words. The second, and far more powerful, is the energy underneath them. And here's the reality. The second channel always overrides the first. That's why 2 men can say the exact same sentence and get completely different results. A confident man could ask, "Where are you from?" And she'll light up because his tone is playful, his body language relaxed, his eyes steady. A nervous man could ask the same thing, and she'd instantly start scanning for an escape route. It's not the question. It's the man saying it. So how do you shift into the kind of energy that draws her in? You start by leading the moment. Instead of putting her in the position of entertaining you, you bring something to the table. You offer statements, observations, and playful remarks that create spark. When you walk up and say, you have this mysterious, "I know something you don't" look on your face. You're inviting her into a little game. You're giving her something to react to, rather than placing the weight of the conversation on her shoulders. This is where most men fail. They approach with the subtle energy of asking for permission to be confident. Women aren't drawn to that. They're drawn to the man who already carries himself with ease, who doesn't wait for her approval to show up as his best self. And here's the secret. Confidence isn't about being flawless. It's about being unshaken, whether she's impressed or not. That grounded presence, where you're relaxed, speaking with ease, and enjoying yourself, is magnetic. You're not performing for her. You're sharing the moment with her. When you stop trying to impress her, you release the pressure. And when the pressure drops, your voice naturally lowers, your gestures slow down, and your eyes lock in with calm steadiness. These micro-signals speak louder than anything you could say. I'm comfortable in my own skin. Think of it like a dance. You don't yank her around the floor, but you also don't stand frozen, waiting for her to move first. You guide, invite, and create a rhythm she can step into. That's relaxed leadership. One of the best examples I've seen was a guy in a coffee shop. A woman next to him ordered a drink and got the wrong one. Most men would have said nothing or offered some awkward sympathy. He glanced at her cup, smirked, and said, "That's either a terrible order or you just lost a bet." She laughed instantly, explained the mix-up, and the conversation flowed from there. He didn't ask her for information. He gave her a playful moment to step into. This is the shift you need. You're not there to collect facts about her like a survey. You're there to create a shared energy, something she feels in the moment. And when you do that, she starts associating that energy with you. From there, you can move anywhere. Playful banter, shared experiences, or deeper, more personal topics. The difference is, she's meeting you halfway because you've already made her want to. And that's when chemistry starts to take on a life of its own. Attraction isn't just about what you say. It's about how you carry yourself when you say it. The way you show up in a room tells her everything she needs to know. Is your energy calm and grounded, or nervous and shaky? Are you present or distracted? When you walk up to a woman, she's not just listening to your words. She's reading your whole presence like a story unfolding. Most men make the mistake of trying too hard. They're so focused on impressing her with the right things that they lose their own center. They speak faster, laugh louder, or try to be what they think she wants, instead of being themselves. But the truth is, authenticity always wins. When you're genuine and confident in your own skin, that's magnetic. Think of confidence as a quiet fire burning inside you, not a spotlight screaming for attention. It's about owning your value without needing constant validation. She can sense when a man respects himself, and that respect creates an invisible pull stronger than any clever line. Now, disagreements. These moments are crucial. When she says something you don't agree with, most men panic. They quickly agree just to avoid conflict, fearing they'll lose her if they stand their ground. But here's the secret. Tension isn't your enemy, it's your ally. Healthy tension creates chemistry. It adds unpredictability and depth to your interaction. When you hold your ground calmly, ask curious questions, or even gently challenge her viewpoint, you spark something real. It shows you're a man with your own mind, not a follower desperate for approval. For example, if she says, "I don't like this place," don't panic or agree just to please her. Instead, smile and say, "Really? What don't you like about it?" Or, "Interesting. I was starting to enjoy it. What would make it better for you?" These responses keep you grounded and curious without folding under pressure. This kind of confident curiosity keeps her intrigued and engaged. It's rare, and it makes you stand out. You're no longer just a guy trying to survive the conversation. You're a man creating an experience. Another key is pacing your energy. Not every moment needs to be intense or playful. Sometimes, slowing down and being fully present creates more attraction than a barrage of jokes or bold statements. Knowing when to lean in and when to step back is the mark of emotional intelligence. And remember, attraction is a dance. When she gives you more, you give more presence. When she pulls back, you stay steady and calm. Never chase her attention. Instead, be the man who holds the space. Too many men lose attraction by becoming needy once they sense interest. They try harder, become clingy, or lose their cool. But a man who stays grounded, who leads emotionally without desperation, becomes unforgettable. Attraction thrives on balance. Between confidence and vulnerability, strength and softness, lead and follow. Mastering this balance is how you build real connections that last beyond the first conversation. In the end, it's not about perfect lines or flashy moves. It's about becoming a man who carries himself with calm strength, who leads with authenticity, and who invites a woman into a space where she feels safe, intrigued, and emotionally alive. That man is rare, that man is magnetic, and that man is you. Now that you understand the power of your energy and presence, it's time to put it all together, to become the man who doesn't just talk, but leads the emotional space. This means showing up fully, with quiet confidence and unwavering calm, no matter what happens in the interaction. Remember, women aren't looking for perfection, they're looking for realness. A man who stands grounded in himself, even when things don't go perfectly. When you can be yourself, flaws and all, without begging for approval, you create a space where genuine connection can grow. One of the biggest mistakes men make is confusing friendliness with attraction. Just being nice isn't enough. Nice gets you respect, but it doesn't create desire. Desire is born from tension, unpredictability, and emotional leadership. It's the energy you bring, not just the words you say. So how do you keep that energy strong after you've made a connection? The answer is simple but powerful. Don't relax too soon. Many men celebrate a small win, a smile, a laugh, or a touch, and then they start chasing her attention or trying to lock things down. This causes the energy to drop and attraction to fade. Instead, double down on your presence. Keep showing up with calm energy, playful teasing, and grounded confidence. Don't try to be funny or mysterious every second. Just be present and keep leading the moment. This consistency is magnetic. It tells her you're steady, sure of yourself, and emotionally strong. Also, don't be afraid of silence or pauses. Most men rush to fill the space because they fear losing her interest. But silence can be powerful. It gives both of you a moment to feel the energy between you. It creates anticipation. When used well, pauses invite curiosity and deepen attraction. Another key is to avoid over-explaining or trying to justify yourself. When you stand firm in your opinions or feelings without apology, it shows strength. It communicates that you're a man who values himself and expects respect. This is incredibly attractive. And when she challenges you, welcome it with calm curiosity. Questions like, "That's interesting. Tell me more," or "I didn't expect that. Why do you feel that way?" Keep the emotional tension alive and show you're engaged without being defensive. Remember, attraction is not a script to follow. It's a dance of energy between two people. The more you can stay present, grounded, and authentic, the more natural and powerful that dance becomes. Finally, understand that rejection isn't always about you. Sometimes, a woman's reaction is about her own readiness or energy, not a reflection of your worth. When you master your energy, you won't be shaken by rejection. You'll stay steady, knowing that the right connection will happen when your energy matches hers. So here's your challenge. Start today by showing up fully in every interaction. Speak from your center. Lead emotionally. Don't ask permission to exist in her world. Invite her into yours. Because when you become that man, calm, confident, and unshakably present, you become unforgettable. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be real. And that truth will set you apart.